This is hilarious.
Subscribe.
I took a trip down memory lane the other night, back to the days of Crusadia Dragon Link. Skippy, Draco, Arborea, those were good times, and some of the combos we were able to do with those cards were pretty nutty, but fast forward to present day, half of the cards we made use of are banned. I wanted to see what was possible with the deck now, so I got to work in the kitchen, and let me tell you, the cooking didn't stop. I was spitting out all kinds of different end boards, each time with varying amounts of bricks in the deck, trying to figure out something that could be viable, and honestly, I think I'm halfway there. This isn't going to be a deck profile or anything like that, more a proof of concept, if you will. I'm going to show you some of the combos I've cooked up and see if we can elaborate and discover something new. So, without further ado, Crusadia combo pile. Skippy says like the video. So starting off with the classic Skippy plus Draco 2-card combo that we used to play with, we're going to see where it can sort of get us to now. So normal summoning Skippy, we activate effect, revealing Spatha to copy its name, and link into Crusadia Magius. This is of course going to trigger the Skippy to search a level 5 or higher Cyberse monster, I believe. And we are going to search the Exceed here like we used to do. Special summoning Draco to the zone of Magius, we activate Magius to search any Crusadia monster in this combo line. It doesn't really matter, but there are some cool things you can do with some of the other names. So we search Maximus, linking Draco into Striker Dragon, we're going to go Chainlink 1 Striker Dragon, Chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed to summon itself to the zone. Grabbing Boot Sector Launch, of course, on resolution, Exceed is going to activate to summon another copy of itself from the deck. So both of these are level 4 summoned by their own effects. We're going to overlay these not for Traptrix Reflegia, but for Raid Raptor 4 Strix. This could be any rank 4, like Gallant Granite's also an option, but for this combo we're going into 4 Strix, activating the effect, detach 1 to search for Zephyros, special summoning Maximus, the name we searched earlier, to the zone of Striker Dragon, and then linking Striker Dragon and 4 Strix into Romulus to grab us a Dragon Ravine. You can maybe kind of see where we're going with this, but with all of our monsters on the field, we are able to make a link 4, so we are going to go into an Apollousa here with 3 counters, 2400 attack, so 3 negates. We're going to activate the Ravine and activate the effect of Ravine, discarding Zephyros for cost to dump an Abzerator Dragon. Of course, Abzerator is also going to trigger here, adding Rocket Tracer to hand. Now, Ravine isn't a hard once per turn, so we're going to activate Zephyros in Graveyard, bouncing the Ravine and paying 400 life points to summon it from the graveyard. Then we can activate the Ravine once again and discard one of our blank cards in hand to dump a Destrudo. And this is where things start getting kind of cool, because we're going to activate the Destrudo effect, targeting Zephyros, paying half of our life points, and then synchroing those two into the recently returned Ancient Fairy Dragon. There's so many different things you can do with Ancient Fairy Dragon, but I wanted to insulate our combo boards from Dark Ruler no more. So we activate the effect, blow up Dragon Ravine, gain 1000 life points, and add Peaceful Planet from the deck to the hand. Activate Peaceful Planet to add a Mannadium monster, adding Mannadium Reamheart. We then activate the effect of Ancient Fairy to summon Reamheart from the hand. Activate the effect of Reamheart on summon to add Mannadium Reframing, which is a counter trap if you control a Synchro monster, and we're going to control a Synchro monster. So from this point, we activate the Boot Sector Launch over the Peaceful Planet and activate the effect to summon Tracer from hand, and then link Tracer and Ancient Fairy Dragon into the Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. If you happen to remember the combo video I uploaded when Borrowland first came to the TCG, the Codebreaker package is essentially a free Borrowland. So basically any 2 monsters equals Borrowland if you have Apollousa on the field, or you know, a Link with 3 downwards arrows. So linking through that package, we get to our Borrowland, and then activate the effect of Borrowland, targeting Reamheart to negate it, and summon back Tracer from the grave. We don't need to use Tracer's effect to summon another body because, I mean, outside of Pisty, it's not going to achieve too much. So we make a Savage here. Savage is going to get 3 counters by equipping the Codebreaker Virus Berserker, and then we also have the counter trap as well to protect ourselves from Dark Ruler no more. Now, one of the big issues we had with a gas combo like this was its weakness to something like Nibiru. We tried to remedy this with Reflegia and Gravedigger's Trap Hole back in the day, but if we can have lines of play that force a Nibiru out early, we would be cooking. That's where I believe the Superheavy engine could come into play. If you really boil down the key parts to the combo we just performed, it's essentially access to the Crusadia engine alongside access to a rank 4 play, and the rest kind of comes naturally. At worst, the Superheavy engine is a free rank 4 to facilitate the combo, and at best, it can put up a Barone early to insulate our plays from Nibiru if you open Bike. So now we have an example of a 2-card combo incorporating the Superheavy engine into play with Skippy and Bike. So normal summoning Skippy, we activate the effect revealing Spatha like before, and link into Magius, triggering Skippy's effect to search for Parallel Exceed. You could argue that it's better to activate Bike first, so your opponent feels less inclined to imperm the Skippy, but you know, either way, this is just theoretical. So activating Bike, we add Wakaushi to the hand, and then scale the Wakaushi, or Wakaushi, Mike Wachowski, activate the effect to scale Big Banky, and summon itself to the zone of Magius. Of course, Magius is going to trigger, adding Draco to hand. Of course, we can't summon Draco here because the zone is currently occupied, so we're going to activate Big Banky to search for the Soul Gaia booster, equip the Gaia booster to Wakaushi, and activate the effect to summon itself. And then we're going to synchro those two into Axel Stardust Dragon, which of course is going to be Chainlink 1 Axel and Chainlink 2 Wakaushi. So we actually have access to a Pendulum summon as well, which is really nice. And we summon back the Bike, which is going to allow us to synchro into Baron de Fleur, and then we have essentially the rest of our combo available to go with Baron on field. If we did theoretically happen to get Nibiru'd on the summon of Bike off of Axel, we could then link the token into Link Spider, summon the Draco to the Link Spider zone, make Striker Dragon, and still have full combo from there. So that's why I think the Super Heavy engine is actually really valuable potentially in a combo deck like this. So once again, going through Draco into Striker Dragon, adding Boot Sector, summoning Exceed, and summoning the second Exceed from the deck, we are going to overlay into 4 Strix once again and activate the effect to add a Zephyros from deck to hand. Then we're going to use our Pendulum summon here to Pendulum summon out the Zephyros so that we can link it with the 4 Strix into Romulus and still have access to Apollousa. I just love the fact that Romulus can be made with dragons or winged beasts. I think it opens up so many cool potential deck builds and combo lines, and that is also exactly how we're able to make these combos. So all of these link monsters go into an Apollousa, and we don't have Zephyros in hand, so we are going to have to discard an additional card compared to the previous combo. But discarding one, we dump the Abzerauer. Abzerauer adds Tracer, and then of course once again we're going to activate Zephyros in Graveyard, take 400 damage, bounce the Ravine to hand, and summon itself. Activating Ravine once again, we discard a card and send Destrudo, and the rest of the combo is essentially the same from here. Of course, with the ability to play Ancient Fairy Dragon, it opens up access to any field spell in the game. So you're able to grab like Necro Valley for graveyard decks, you're able to grab Zombie World for things like Fluanderies. You can even make plays with Secret Villager the Spellcasters, because Crusadia Reclusia is a spellcaster that you can search off of Magius and just summon for free. So just going through the last few steps of the same combo here, we summon Tracer from hand and link into the Virus Swordsman. The reason I link the Tracer into the Virus package is so that we don't have to pop anything with the Tracer or, you know, activate its effect at all. Honestly, it probably doesn't even matter because we can just pop one of the Super Heavy skills. I just didn't want to pop the Boot Sector in the previous combo, so it just kind of carried over to this combo. So there we go, we have Baron, Apollousa for 3, Borrowload Savage with 3 counters, Borrowland, and the Counter Trap as well to stop a potential Dark Ruler no more. Through a potential Nibiru as well here, which is the important thing. Now, if you want to get real silly, just play some Solitaire for 10 minutes comboing until your opponent falls asleep, not caring about Nibiru or anything, and not really caring about the number of bricks in deck. Here is a 2-card combo with the same 2 cards as the previous combo. This is just kind of what happens when you're in the kitchen for too long. So once again, Skippy and Bike, we're going to normal summon Skippy, reveal Spatha, and link into Magius. Activate the effect of Skippy to add Parallel Exceed. We're then going to activate Motorbike once again to search for Wakaushi, scale the Wakaushi, and activate the effect to place Banky in the other skill and summon itself. Magius is going to trigger. We are still going to search for Crusadia Draco. We're going to activate Banky to add the Gaia booster and activate the Gaia booster to equip and summon itself. But instead of insulating our plays and making an Axel or Baron play, we're just going to go straight into 4 Strix. Now, I do get some of the cards the wrong way around here, but we will fix this in editing. So activating the effect of 4 Strix, we're going to add Raid Raptor Singing Lanius, not Zephyros. From here, we'll special summon the Draco to the Magius zone, link into Striker Dragon, and once again go Chainlink 1 Striker, Chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed. So summoning Exceed to the Striker Dragon zone, we add Boot Sector Launch, and on resolution, activate the effect of Exceed to summon a second copy from the deck. We're then going to overlay those two into a second 4 Strix. From there, we special summon the Singing Lanius from hand and link it with the original 4 Strix into a Raid Raptor Wise Strix, which on summon is going to summon a Raider's Wing from the deck to the field. It can't be used as link material and its effects are negated. From there, we activate the effect of the second 4 Strix, this time adding Zephyros to the hand, which will trigger the Wise Strix to set a Soul Shave Force, which can be activated right away. So we're going to activate that, target in the 4 Strix engraved to summon itself, and overlay a Cyber Dragon Infinity over the top. It's just funny, isn't it? Also, we paid half our life points for that rank up spell, so yeah, we're down to 4,000 now. Linking 4 Strix and Y Strix into Romulus, we're going to grab Dragon Ravine to hand once we put Soul Shave in the graveyard. And because we have Zephyros in hand, we obviously have the discard fodder, but first, we are going to make an Apollousa for 3. Remember, we can't use Raider's Wing as a link material, so that is going to be our target for Destrudo to make a Synchro Summon. Here, we're going to activate Ravine, discarding the Zephyros, you know, singing Lanius, but it is a Zephyros, to dump Abzeriter. Abzeriter effect is going to add Rocket Tracer. From here, we'll activate Zephyros Engrave, bouncing the Dragon Ravine to hand to summon itself, taking 400, so we're now down to, I believe, 3,600 life points. Activate Ravine once again, we're going to discard a blank card from our hand to dump Destrudo, and Destrudo is going to target Raider's Wing, paying half, so we're now on 1,800, targeting Raider's Wing. We're then going to make our Ancient Fairy Dragon. Honestly, we could probably throw a Psychic and Punisher on this board because we've lost so many life points, and Ancient Fairy is a 7 plus a Fortuner would be 11. But yeah, activating Ancient Fairy Dragon, we're going to activate effect, blowing up Dragon Ravine, adding the Peaceful Planet, activate Peaceful Planet to add the Riem Heart, and then Ancient Fairy Dragon effect, summon Riem Heart and Riem Heart effect to add the counter trap. We're then once again going to go into the Virus Swordsman with this time Zephyros and Ancient Fairy Dragon. So we still have Tracer in hand at this point. Summoning 0 Day from deck. The thing I love about the Virus package is you can summon the Garnet from graveyard, hand, or deck, so it's not too bad of a Garnet if you see it in hand. Of course, yeah, all of that is going to get us to our Borrowland Dragon, and then we're going to activate Boot Sector Launch and summon Tracer from hand. But we do need a monster to negate with the Borrowland to summon back a rocket from the graveyard. So we're going to activate Tracer on summon here, popping the Banky skill to just summon like a Recharger or, you know, any just level 4 rocket. And then we're going to synchro with the Riem Heart into a Borrowload Savage, targeting, of course, the Virus Berserker Engrave, which does have a chunky attack stat, 2,800. So Savage is going to be on 4,400 with 3 counters. But here we can activate Borrowland, targeting the rocket that we summoned to revive the Tracer, and then synchro into another level 8 Dark Synchro, Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, throw the counter trap on top, and dude, the board is just crazy. Now, obviously, this combo line isn't exactly viable in a competitive environment. However, I do believe there is a way to build the deck to make it playable in today's environment. So maybe that's something we'll do. If you do want to see that, let me know, and we'll work towards that. Play it at locals and maybe take the win, who knows. But yeah, like I said, a little bit of a nostalgia trip, a little bit of cooking in the kitchen, and this was the result. So hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.